If you have watched and or listened to this podcast at any regularity over the past 10 years, you know that my moniker of anything and everything really does stand the test of time because I do talk a little bit about anything and everything. Yeah, predominantly I center more on fringe topics like UFOs and the paranormal and sci fi stuff, but I do veer from time to time into other avenues as well, which brings me to this episode because every once in a while I like to sort of lighten the mood and have a little bit of fun. So everything isn't just me sitting here being all serious, sounded like Dan Reasoner. Okay, Kate will understand that joke. But seriously, if you watch any short form videos, you've probably ran across people doing blind rankings before. So I thought it would be fun to get a few of my friends together, take some of the items that I know they're passionate about, and give them a blind ranking. But I'm doing it a little bit different. Some places do 10 things, other places only do 3. I decided 5 sounds like a nice round number. I almost said a nice even number. Yeah, five's an even number, jackass. Anyways, I do not have a big giant microphone like the game show hosts on TV had. I wish I kind of did. So I'm going to have to hold this one, I guess, like I'm Gene Rayburn doing cheesy jokes while I ask people. Mad Mary. No. Anyways, we're going to do blind rankings. So I'm going to be joined by my friends and in some cases my colleagues within the podcast community. But I'm going to be joined by Billy. I'm going to be joined by Paul. I'm going to be joined by Ren. And I'm going to be joined by Kate. And I am going to ask them to do some blind rankings. So let us kick things off with a man who, well, how do we put it? He's going to pick on himself about the Raiders jacket thing. Okay, let me tell you this quick story about comedian Billy Hoffman before we bring him in. We used to play pickup basketball all the time, and I likened myself as sort of the facilitator on the court. I love to pass the ball. I love to assist. And I had one of those once in a lifetime Magic Johnson no look amazing passes to Billy. And what did he do? He threw up a brick and the pass went for nothing. So yeah, I still hold it against him. I wish there was video of it, but I don't really think anyone would want to watch a video of two fat guys on a basketball court. Anyways, let me bring in Billy as he does a blind ranking of 5 stand-up comedians. Okay, so we're doing the blind draft, and as you can see, I am joined by professional comedian, noted author, man of the cloth. Well, okay, he's a wedding officiant, so that's
Yeah.
close enough. Uh, a police officer. What else am I missing? Podcaster, professional hunter.
Yeah. I don't know about professional hunter. I guess my byline is always I say professional comedian with 14 books published, two-time bestseller, 2 shows based on my work that are currently showing on Netflix. A 2023 inductee to the American Youth Baseball Hall of Fame, but most importantly, husband and father of 2.
Look at him kissing ass before we even start.
Oh,
Okay.
and I'm also the new theater director, high school theater director. That's new too. So,
Yeah, because you just don't want to sleep, do you?
right.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is I am going to give Billy 5 comedians in random order, and he's going to have to blind rank them for his preference. Number 1 being the best, number 5 being his least liked. So you ready to go?
Well, let's do it. Comedy is an art form just like music or anything else, but it is one of the most subjective art forms because but I'm pretty good with comedy where I might say like that person's not my favorite comedian, but I understand why people like him and I understand why people find him funny. So it's gonna be challenging because I think there's comedians that aren't necessarily like my favorite comedian, but so it'll be interesting. To see, I guess my mindset on this is going to be is like if these 5 people, like if I was going to buy tickets, it's like buy tickets to first. I guess that's kind of the way I'm approaching it. Does that work?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So your very first one, Eddie Murphy.
Okay. So, yeah. See, here's the thing: is like Eddie Murphy Raw, Eddie Murphy Delirious, Delirious 1983 Red Suit Raw, Purple Suit 1987, somewhere in there. Delirious is that special. Obviously, I was like 3 years old when it came out. He was 21, but that's kind of the second comedy special I ever saw. First one not by a rapist. And that was a Bill Cosby joke right there. But so Eddie Murphy Delirious red leather suit filmed at the Lincoln Center in Washington D.C. That made me want. I still quote that. You dropped your ice cream because you can't afford. I mean, there's still like bits of from that. Right. So if but in the framework of today's, like if I was if the framework is I'm gonna need to buy tickets to Eddie Murphy. What's he going to talk about? But I think his cultural impact in how much tickets, I don't really much he did at such a young age is just absolutely amazing. He dropped one of the best specials ever before he was like 25 years old. So um, I'm gonna because he hasn't stayed as relevant as a stand up. I'm gonna put Eddie Murphy at number 4.
Number 4 it is. Let me put it in there. Eddie Murphy is at number 4. Your next comedian, Bert Kreischer.
See, it's hard to say like, oh, Burt Kreischer on top of Eddie Murphy, right? Because like in the classic and the lores of the Mount Rushmores of what we're doing. But for me, I really like Burt Kreischer for a multitude of reasons. Uh, but most of the things I like about Burt Kreischer don't have much to do with his stand-up. I like him as an actor. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's not a great interviewer, but I do find him humorous mostly because when he's interviewing people, those people tend to crap on him. Um, so, but if we were going to buy tickets, Bert Kreischer, I'm a fan of Bert Kreischer. Full disclosure, I have Bert Kreischer in my cell phone. Like I could text him, but for me, in the history and the lores of comedy, he's going to be my 5.
He is your number 5. That one, we'll find out after I give you the next one if you regret that.
Yeah, that's the game we're playing,
Yes, that is the
right?
game we're playing.
Yeah, I'm yeah.
Okay,
So
your next
yeah,
comedian is Dane Cook.
wow. Okay, Dane Cook. I think you mean Skinny Burt Kreischer. Right? But okay, so Dane Cook gets crapped on a lot, but here's what is important to understand about Dane Cook and why I'm actually going to rate him higher than you might have thought I would is A, I've seen him live, and that's one reason, and B, Dane Cook was a total game changer when it came to the world of comedy, and people don't think of like, oh, really, the guy from I Now or Bad Luck Chuck or whatever the movie was. here's the thing. Dane Cook was the first comic to embrace social media. He blew up on MySpace. He was the first one to use mailing lists and get people's email addresses and their phone numbers. And he was the first comedian to market himself to say, "Hey, I'm coming to your town. Buy tickets to my show." And so he was the first one that kind of uh, opened up stadium shows again. So there was back in the day there was only a couple stadium acts. And when I say stadium, I mean like Madison Square Gardens. I mean the big stadiums. You had Andrew Dice Clay was one of the first ones. Eddie Murphy, of course, was one of them that we already previously mentioned. Seinfeld, and but other than that, like there was a comedy boom in the '80s, and then it kind of died off. And Dane Cook was the first one in like the late '90s, early 2000s to kind of boom it back open. And then the other thing that Dane Cook did that was kind of revolutionary for his time, anyways, he performed in the round a lot. So that's a whole nother staging thing that he was kind of like an innovator. So I can't put him any higher than than three. So he's gonna go to three. But on this list, I don't have a ton of regrets right now, and I think I can stand up for my list as it goes right now.
I think that's going to be a wise choice when I give you the final two.
Okay.
Okay, the next name in the list would be my number one, but let's see where you put it. George
Bozo the
Carlin.
clown. No, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a really, really, really good example of how like Carlin's not necessarily for me, but I totally understand his importance to the art form. George Carlin is going to be number one on this list. There's only one other comedian that I can think of off the top of my head that would be number one, and that comedian would be number one based on my personal like who I would want to buy tickets to, but I also want to put in and not forget the importance of what Carlin did. I mean, we got seven dirty words. Carlin was the best at taking a point, and Carlin was really good at pissing you off, and then you go, "Oh shit, I agree with you." Uh, uh, Bill Burr's up there. Nick DiPaolo. There's a lot of guys that kind of have taken on that term, but I think Carlin is a comic, and also. Uh, from everything that I've read about the guy and heard about the guy, he was a good guy. Like, was not an asshole, did not big time people, uh, treated his openers good, treated the road staff good. He had a couple ex-wives. They might say things different than about him, but
Ex-wives
he
usually
is.
do.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but he's well respected, and I think if you had given this list to a other than that, if you give it to my wife, who's not like a gigantic comedy fan, right? If you had given, she probably would say, yeah, he's the most recognizable name. I mean, I think how many 8 or 9 hour long specials, and his hour specials were like actually an hour and 20 minutes on top of that, and, and, and funny movies too, like well, other than the bad Ben Affleck one, where he's actually done some like the funny bad, but yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure wasn't didn't
Dogma.
he make an appearance in that? I can't remember.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
So
He was
yeah,
Rufus.
Rufus. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rufus.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, George Carlin is number one. Uh and so which leaves me pause for who you're going to pick as number two. Um because there's a lot of people that are popular comedians that I wouldn't consider to be number two. So hit me with my number two best comedian here.
Well, I kind of want to change it now, but
Okay.
I'll stick with the list. The final name, you mentioned him, Bill Burr.
Okay. Yeah, so Bill Burr would have been my five. You know,
Okay.
um, when you said Bill, though, I thought you were gonna, are you dropping Cosby on me? Like, right? Right? Hey, artist and art. I guess we got a whole Michael Jackson thing going there. But Bill Burr. Okay. Obviously respect Bill Burr. I've seen him live. I saw him live at Joe Louis Arena. Speaking of arena acts, Bill Burr is really, really good at what he does, but what he does is not necessarily my style of comedy. And that's kind of the same thing. I kind of said that about Carlin. The whole like pissing you off, making you laugh, then making you agree. A little more like edgy or chauvinistic. Uh, type stuff. I will say this, that like as like watching the progression of Bill Burr's career, as he's gotten older and become a husband and become a dad, he's progressively moved more progressive and gotten away from um kind of gotten away from the style of comedy that I'm saying is not my style of comedy. Really underrated actor though. He's in a movie called Staten Island with the Pete kid from SNL.
Pete
It's
Davidson.
Pete Davidson, and
Yeah,
he plays a firefighter, and Pete Davidson's dad famously got killed
right.
in 9/11. But in this movie Staten Island, Pete Davidson's dad was also a Boston firefighter and gets killed. Um, so there's some parallels to real life there, but and it's a Pete Davidson movie, but Bill Burr's fantastic in it. There's another one where he's like an older dad and he's dealing with like the new millennial generations, and it's kind of like a fish out of water dad story because he's older, but he's really good in it. So, um, it used to be like back in the day, like all these comedians wanted to get a sitcom so they could be an actor
Right.
and like then actors want to be musicians and like start their band stuff so and that was like the path, right? And we are seeing that now more with like the comedians kind of going back into the acting because there's less gatekeepers with like the Netflixes and the Prime videos and all that. There's more opportunity, but um listen, so number one Carlin, number two Burr. Wait, who do I have at number three? Oh,
Dane
Dane, right?
Dane Cook.
Dane. Yeah. So if you gave me these four and you told me to rank them and it wasn't blind, I probably would have um Eddie at two, and then Dane, then Burr. That would have been my mix. We did kind of leave out like Burt Kreischer's the one. And he kind of brought comedy back through the pandemic.
Right.
He was one of the first touring, bring it back through doing outside venues, doing minor league baseball stadiums. So like I kind of I like the business side of comedy as much as I like performing it. So I like we have some game changers type stuff here that I talk some like inside baseball on the comedy world. But um, I'd be super happy to see any of these guys perform for sure.
Well, the only one I've seen in concert was Carlin, and he did not disappoint. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that he would, but it's comedy. Anybody can have a bad night. And Burr was good when I saw him. Like I laughed through the show, but I saw him in a hockey stadium and it sucked. Like I don't stadium comedy is just it's not like don't get me wrong. If he asked me to open for him, I'd be there in a half a second, right? And like if no, I would if he was like, hey, you can I'd have bruised knees for a week, all right, just to get on stage with the dude. But like, don't get me wrong, but yeah, like it's not the greatest venue for seeing someone. But if you want to see one of those bigger acts, that's kind of going to be what you're doing, unless you get lucky and you catch a one off, um, you know, in like either in LA or Austin or something like that. So, yeah. It was a good pick. You had jokes saying Taylor Tomlinson. I see there's no female comedians on here, because women aren't funny, but I'm good with that. So now I'm teasing, of course. That's an old silly trope that they say in the comedy world,
hey,
but
we can
which
we can
is
do this again,
dumb.
and I
But
can do female comedians.
yeah, well, you could. The thing with female comedians is it's hard to judge them based so much on stand up because they do branch out into other things like mine, like off the top of my head, like Carol Burnett would be like my first, and I don't think she did stand up, right? But I mean she was just like her book is amazing. People, if you want to laugh, if you like good heart, go read Carol Burnett's book. Actually, don't read it, listen to the audiobook because she reads it. It's fantastic. Yeah. So, and if you wanted to get a female comedian on here, I know plenty, and you could do that and kind of go that route too for something in the future. I also want to thank you, Dan. Thank you for not putting me on this list because that would have been awkward, right?
I'm not gonna lie.
But when you said they were up,
I thought about doing it.
I know you did. No, and I'm a super narcissist. I would have put myself number one, right? But when you said that they were all they were all famous, I was like, okay, I think I'm safe in that regard. But yeah,
Well, speaking of being famous, anything you want to pimp before I let you go?
sure.
You
I know my website, all my branding is Dad Bod Comedy, so you can go to my com on TikTok. Not super posty on TikTok, but everything's Dad Bod. Dadbodcomedy.com across all the socials. Mainly stay in the Midwest, but have jokes. We'll travel, of course. Do a lot of corporate shows. Do a lot of fundraiser shows. Um, um, yeah, I'm. We talked a little bit about like style. I'm a storytelling slash wordplay comedian, so I bring up a central story and then I hit it with tag. So like a less controversial, but longer form Norm Macdonald, how he would
right.
tag stuff. It's kind of the route. Not that I'm comparing myself to him, but I'm just saying style wise. But you can go to dadbodcomedy.com or look me up on YouTube. There's videos of me performing out there, and started adding a little music, a little guitar to my act because I'm not hacky enough. So got that going, and yeah. So no, but I picked back up. I have a comedy club. If you happen to be in Michigan, it's in Fenton, Michigan. The Dad Bod Comedy Club. It's located inside Beale Street Barbecue. So we have great barbecue. We have a great stage. We have a great room, and I run that comedy club. And we are there 2 weekends a month. So check us out. And all the info again, dadbodcomedy.com.
All right. Well, thank you, Billy.
Well, even if I wasn't, no problem. Just one last thing. Thank you very very much, and go Raiders.
Yeah, indeed. Have a good weekend. That truly was awesome. So thank you very, very much, Billy. And if you are a fan of stand-up comedy, do yourself a favor and go to the Dad Bod Comedy website and check out where they're going to be performing. And if they happen to be in your area, go check them out. You won't be disappointed. Honestly, he is pretty damn funny. I pick on him a lot, but he picks on me too. But seriously, it'll be worth it. You'll enjoy the show. Up next on the blind ranking is one of my closest friends of all time. We're so close. We have those friends that you can not talk to for months or years on end. And then you just sort of pick things up where you left off. And then you have those friends that you have to talk to all day, every day, and you don't get sick of each other. That would be Ren. That would be me and Ren. We talk every single day. Maybe not all day, every day. Well, it is pretty much every day, but not all day. But there are times we will just sit texting nonsense to each other. Doesn't mean anything, but that's the kind of friendship that her and I have. She is going to blind rank 5, count 'em 5, John Hughes movies. And I think she did a pretty damn good job. Okay, for this round, I am joined by my friend Ren. Say hello, Ren.
Hello, Ren.
Wah, wah, wah. And she is going to be blind ranking 5 80s John Hughes movies. Now, I do have a caveat for you. They're not just John Hughes directed movies or just movies he wrote. I included both of them. So it could be one that he just directed, he didn't necessarily write. But I'm pretty sure you've seen them all. So are you ready to go?
Sure.
5 being your least favorite, 1 being your favorite. Let's see how you do. My very first selection for you is 16 candles.
5.
5 it is. Okay. I should throw an extra little bit in that I'm not 100% sure you've seen all of these, but I know you've seen some of them, most of them. You've seen them all, I'm sure. You watch more movies than I do. My next selection is probably the most famous one, The Breakfast Club.
3.
That you're going with number 3. Okay. My next selection I have on this, I'm getting the triumphant out of the way. Did I say that word right? Is Pretty in Pink.
2.
Okay, so far you have 16 Candles at 5, The Breakfast Club at 3, and Pretty in Pink at 2.
Mm-hmm.
The next movie I have, She's Having a Baby.
4.
She's Having a Baby at number 4, which means you only have the number 1 spot left. And I don't know if you're going to be happy about this or not.
I'm guessing not.
We're going to go Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I knew you would do something like this to me. Well, I guess that's my number 1.
So, how, if you were to re-rank any of those, would you do? I'm guessing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles would probably go to 5.
No. 16 Candles would stay 5.
Okay, that's your least favorite of all of his movies?
Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then would be Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. She's Having a Baby. Breakfast Club. And then Pretty in Pink, I guess, would be 1.
So I thought, and I decided not, because we haven't ever really discussed Weird Science, so I didn't include that, but I was going to.
I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah.
And I know if I'd have included Some Kind of Wonderful, you would have had that at the number 1 spot regardless.
You are correct. You are absolutely correct.
I intentionally omitted that movie.
Mhm.
So overall, how pleased are you with your ranking?
I'm pretty pleased. I think that compared to other times when we've played this casually, I'm a lot less mad at myself than I usually am.
I think you did a fine job.
Thank you.
And the person that's going to air just before you talked for an extra 23 minutes in between his picks. So, yeah, you take that, Billy. I'm a professional comedian. I know how to talk. I'm just teasing, and he knows that. He's got a Raiders jacket, and when he watches this, he'll understand that jab. But anyways, that's it. You did great. Thank you very, very much. Is there anything you would like to let my tens and tens of viewers know about?
Keep on listening.
Because he was a professional comedian, so I asked him if there's anything he needed to pimp. So, is there anything you got to pimp out there?
No, I have nothing.
Nothing?
I got nothing.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll let you get back to your, I was going to say hooking, but people watching might not understand what that means.
Hooking means crochet.
There you go. Well, thank you very much. I truly appreciate it.
Anytime.
And I will text you shortly.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. That was very, very awesome. And I'll tell you right now, Ren was a little nervous about appearing on camera. She's not afraid to talk, but she doesn't like being the center of attention. So she did great. Fantastic job, my friend. I will give you a nice cold suds, which for those of you that may not be initiated, suds is a slang word for beer. So her and I always say we're going to have some suds, which means we're going to have a beer. So I owe her a beer, or 1,000 by now. Up next on the blind rankings is, well, I do the intro on the clip, so I'm not going to double up on it. But let's just put it this way: a man who knows how to no look pass, but he's staring right at you in a very macabre kind of way. Let's bring in musician, author, DJ, podcaster, one Paul Canellis, as he does blind rankings of 90s basketball stars. All right, so I'm joined for this version of blind rankings by my longtime close personal friend, the only man, and I stress this, the only man who spit green mist at the Great Muda and not the other way around.
That's right.
Am I right about that?
And live to tell the tale.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
100% accurate.
Gary Hart may have stabbed him, but that's a story for another day.
Right.
Okay, so what we're going to do is Paul is going to blind rank 5 90s basketball players.
All right. I got my
Are you
thinking
ready,
cap on.
sir?
I am ready. Let's
Your-
do this.
Your very first player is the Admiral, David Robinson.
I don't know if you know this about me, but that is my all-time favorite player. So I'm putting Admiral at number 1, and I don't care. And I think I can back it up a little bit with some judgment. You know what? No, I'll put him at number 2 just in case.
See,
Number 2.
You're thinking too hard now, so you might.
No, I just had one other thought, but I think Admiral is probably the most underrated player from the 90s because of that one series with Akeem. Even though he has his win-loss record against Akeem is crazy. He's up like 25 on him. But that one series, that's what everybody sees the highlights from. And they don't realize that David could guard 1 through 5.
Yes,
So,
he could.
He was the man. But let me qualify that. My favorite non-Piston.
Okay, fair enough. My
Fair
favorite 90s player is John Stockton, and it always will be. So,
I mean, great player.
But I kind of patterned my playing style after him. So
There you go.
Okay, so you have the Admiral at number 2.
Admiral at number 2.
Your next player is Scottie Pippen.
I'm going to put Scottie at 4.
Okay.
And I feel I may come to regret that, but he's such a
maybe
he's
and
such
maybe
a great
not.
defender. I mean, okay, great defender, and I mean, just an all-around guy, the prototype of LeBron, really. Him and Grant Hill.
That is 100% correct. I thought about putting Grant Hill on here, but I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I will say there's no Pistons.
that would skewer it a little for me because I'd want him higher.
I thought about putting Worm on here, and I'm like, that's really not fair. So
Yeah.
I left him off. Okay, so you have Scottie Pippen at number 4. Your next one, the man of 1,000 kids and 1,000 different wives, Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp. I mean, Kemp can't go above Pippen. As much as I loved his game, I mean, and he could play. He's another guy that people forgot how good he was. But I gotta have Kemp at 5.
I'm willing to bet that all 5 of these players that I chose could all play. So
Yeah. Good point.
Okay, so far you have the Admiral at number 2, Scottie Pippen at number 4.
Okay.
And Sean Kemp at number 5. Your
All right,
next
I'm a little nervous.
selection, you have 2 to go. Your next
Okay.
selection is the glove, Gary Payton.
See, I kind of regret putting Pippen at 4 now. Again, glove all around game, great defender, but he's got to be 3 now because I can't put him above Admiral. I still feel pretty good where Admiral's at. I think he's better than those 3 guys.
Right. Well, it's funny you're doing it this way because the person I did before you did John Hughes movies. She saved number 1 for last and she regretted it.
Oh no.
But
Am I gonna regret it?
No, I don't think you will, but we'll find out. Your
Okay.
final player is
My number 1.
Karl Malone.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't argue too hard against it. In these 5, you could make a case for sure. Although, so Karl, oh no, I guess Peyton did wind up getting a ring, didn't he?
Yes.
But yeah, I still think in my heart that David was better than Karl, but I feel pretty good about this.
Okay, so you have Robinson at 2, Scottie Pippen at 4, Sean Kemp at 5, Gary Payton at 3, and Karl Malone at number 1.
Karl Malone's at number 1. The guy that broke open Isaiah's eye,
Yes, he
gave
did.
him stitches. Sorry, Zeke. I didn't know.
So if you could change any of these, what would you change?
I would just swap Karl and David, I think. Because, well, I would put Pippen above Peyton, too.
Okay. So you would have.
Yeah, I would have Robinson, Malone, Pippen, Peyton, and Kemp. Yeah.
So
That's
overall,
probably.
how happy are you with your ranking?
You know what? I feel pretty good about it. I think it worked out pretty well.
That's
I'm not
all
mad.
All that matters. Before I let you
And
go
you know-
back in the house, go ahead.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you'd pull Jordan out on me, and you got to have, or Magic, Magic's 90s run wasn't that great, but still, he's Magic. So,
I thought about all the big names, like the bigger the mega stars, but that would be like you could
I
just be
like-
sitting there waiting for Jordan.
yeah, exactly. I like where you went with it because it made me have to think it out a little bit more. Like, okay, yeah, I like the players you picked, and I mean, all 5 of those players are incredible.
Dream Team, Canella style.
That's right. That's right.
You got somebody to handle the ball, Scottie Pippen.
That's yep.
Oh no, sorry. Okay, before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to pimp or let the ones of people that watch this know?
My YouTube channel. It's called Twisted Sisters and Brother, and it is a basically wrestling. We watch wrestling and react to it, and we actually have backyard wrestling matches and things like that. We're trying to get off the ground. It's going pretty well. We're having a lot of fun. That's probably about it for right now.
Okay, no, it's not a cult updates or
Oh
anything?
yeah. We do have. Not a Cult is going to be in the studio. Audio Nasties is one of my other bands, and we are working on a couple songs for some movies that are going to be coming out. We've already got a couple placed in. Let's see, We Just Slumber Party and a Delta Pi 2. Those movies both start out with our song, which is really cool, right?
Absolutely, it is.
And then my daughter Miley, under the name Gustine, she and I have been recording and playing shows out. And you can find all that stuff on Facebook. And it would be great if you followed it.
Yes, so people follow his stuff.
That's right.
He does something else too, but he didn't talk about it, so I'm not going to push it.
Well, you can. What was you thinking?
It might be this little program you do at 6:00 on Saturdays.
That's right. Yes, my bad. Yeah, Blank Generation. Blank Generation with Uncle Sam. I didn't know how much you wanted me to, elaborate, but yes, Saturdays on Spock Rock Radio, 6 o'clock. Blank Generation with Uncle Salem. We are going to have a new one this week. I finished it today, and also Lords of October is my band, my main band, and you can follow that too. But go to the Blank Generation with Uncle Salem Facebook page. We need some more people in there listening to this crazy, weird show.
Do it, people. Do it.
That's right. Do
Well,
it.
thank
We're
you,
going to
Paul.
send Carl Malone to your house with an elbow.
Well, how did they say that on what was that show with Adam Carolla and
Oh yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Jimmy Kimmel, the Carl Malone, or however they said that.
Yeah, Carl Malone. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna send Carl Malone to your house, and nobody wants that.
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody wants that for multiple reasons.
and then some. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That was super fun.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Canellis. You did great. I agree predominantly with your blind rankings of those stars. I might have put some of them a touch lower. Scottie Pippen comes to mind, but that's going back to being a Piston fan, so don't take my word for it. Anyways, fantastic job, and check out all the great things that Paul told you about that he's involved with. He truly is a one-of-a-kind talent, and you will not be disappointed if you check out anything that he does. Finally, we're going to bring in my friend, my producer for one of my DJ shows called Timelines. She's a producer. She does a wonderful job for me, coming up with all these great themes that we do on the show. We're going to bring in Kate right now as she does a blind ranking of 70s TV shows. And finally, I am with my friend and yours, Kate. Say hello, Kate.
Hi, everybody.
Kate knows a lot of things about a lot of things, and don't let
I
her
do.
tell you otherwise. Just follow her on social media. She'll point it out to you.
I will.
But what Kate's going to blind rank today is 5 70s TV shows. But there's a catch. We're in a group together called the To Boldly Pod Polling Group. I took 5 70s TV shows that she voted for in that polling, and I'm going to pit them against each other.
Oh, no.
So are you ready, Kate?
I'm ready, Dan.
Your very first selection is The Rockford Files.
Okay, I'm going to give that a 2 to leave me room at the top.
You're going to give it 2 to leave it at the top, huh? I think you'd be all right with that. Your next selection is Adam 12.
Oh, crap. Damn it. Okay, I still want to leave room at the top. I'm going to put them at 3.
Adam 12 goes at number 3. Your next selection is Columbo.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put Columbo at 4.
Columbo goes at number 4. So recapping so far, you have Rockford Files at 2, Adam 12 at 3, and Columbo at number 4.
Okay, yep.
Your next selection, Starsky and Hutch.
Okay, I'm going to put them at number 1.
You are
Risky.
You'll probably be
Risky
all right.
move.
I think you're safe with that, honestly. So, Rockford Files 2, Adam 12 3, Starsky and Hutch 1, Columbo 4, which means you only have 5 left. At number 5, you insert policewoman.
Ah.
So
That's not bad.
no, so you're very happy with your countdown, or is there anything of those that you would change?
I actually might scoot Adam 12 up a notch
Drop Rockford Files to number
and
2?
drop Rockford down.
Damn, Jim Rockford's gonna be pissed.
I know, but I can't let the Jack Webb guys go. It's got to be Jack Webb.
I was
It's
gonna
surprising.
throw Kolchak in there, but I wasn't sure if you'd really watch that show or not. So
Yeah, I watched one episode of it and I surprisingly didn't love it, so I bailed on that.
fair enough.
But
Well, that's all it was. Was that all right?
wow,
You survived,
that's
right?
great. I did.
So, like I asked the other people, is there anything you would like to pimp out while you have access to the tens and tens of my viewers?
Oh my goodness. No, I don't have anything to pimp out except you and your wonderful podcasts and your shows. And I love you and
Wait, who shows?
your shows.
Yeah, okay. Who else does that show on Wednesday?
Well, come on.
You know,
It's all you, baby. We know it's all you.
You know damn well the producers always want the credit, right? All right, Kate. Well, see, that was simple. Now
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm gonna hold it to you again to come on for a longer form discussion someday. Now that you've got your feet wet.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, perfect.
I'm not scared.
Good. I see that eye roll.
No, I did okay. I'm in my car.
That must be the way to do it because someone else did it too. I'm forgetting which one of the 3 others. Oh, it was I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
You
All
know,
right.
it's like a safe space.
That's true. Perry, you want to go back and get in the car?
Come on, Perry.
Well, thank you very much, Kate. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you. I see that, Taily.
Yeah, she's trying to strangle me, I think. Fantastic job, Kate. And as she said once during an episode of Timelines where I probably imbibed a little too much while I was on the air, so my tongue was getting sentimental. She was laughing about my Midwestern kindness, that we always overthank people for stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take it, I guess. But excellent job, Kate. Kate was very, very nervous because this is out of her comfort zone of doing something on camera or even on audio. But I think she enjoyed it. So, as I stated in the bit, she is somebody that is very knowledgeable about a lot of things. And I think I'm going to keep coaxing her to come on for a full length podcast at some point. I think she'll be up for it. She did great in this blind ranking. So we'll see if that broke the ice of her coming out of her little comfort zone. But that being said, there are your blind rankings of stand-up comedians, John Hughes movies, 90s basketball players, and 70s TV shows. Actually turned into 70s cop shows, but it is what it is. Thank you very, very much to all of you for joining me. It was fun to do. Billy, you were great. Red, awesome. Mr. Canellas, top notch as usual. And Kate, fantastic job. I thank all 4 of them for joining me. This was fun. Maybe we'll do it again at some point down the line. And as usual, I don't have a closer for this podcast. So, and I don't even have a kitschy little game show host sign off thing. Kitschy. Did I just say kitschy? The hell do I think I'm from Pittsburgh or something? I don't have a catchy little game show host sign off. Actually, I don't even have the gelled up hair like a game show host or anything. So I'll just simply close with I don't know. I got nothing. Wait, did I get canceled already? Damn it.